The NASCAR Xfinity Series race officially concluded from Kansas Speedway, and we see Aric Almirola win in a thriller at Kansas. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Kansas Speedway, the Kansas Live 300. We had quite a bit to talk about from this race, so let's go and talk about it. So before the green flag drop in today's race, Logan Beard and Jeb Burton, Matt DiBenedetto, Dawson Cram, and Brad Perez will all have to go to the rear of the field for unapproved adjustments. So at the start of the race, he had Brandon Jones lead the field from the outside with Chandler Smith on the inside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the race lead. Meanwhile, lap number 1, Connor Zilisch had a fantastic save going off of turn number 4, got very sideways, basically almost lost it, but had an incredible save and was able to continue going. Meanwhile, Jeremy Clements got penalized for a restart violation, and for changing lanes on the start, he would have to come down pit road. The first caution race come out lap number 7 for Sammy Smith, who spun by himself in 23rd. What happened was a few laps earlier, AJ Allmendinger had gotten the air under Sammy Smith's car in lap number 4. Sammy got loose and got in the back of the outside wall, and that caused the tire to go down. A big mistake by AJ Allmendinger. No reason to be that aggressive, especially early in this race. A pretty bad move by AJ. I understand that Sammy was very frustrated with him after race, which is justified. A pretty big mistake by AJ there, and Sammy Smith's chance to win was unfortunately over. So then during the caution, Shane Van Gisbergen, Dawson Cram, Joey Gase, Ryan Vargas, Patrick Emeling all came down pit road while the rest leaders stayed out. So then on the restart, you had Chandler Smith lead the field from the inside with Brandon Jones on the outside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Then we saw a really good battle up front between Brandon Jones and Chandler Smith for the next 5 to 6 laps, but eventually Chandler Smith pulled out away and was able to pull away from Brandon Jones. And then eventually Cole Custer got up to second position. But he also had another hard charger, that being Aric Almirola. Aric Almirola had the fastest car and was moving clearly up to the front and was starting to run down Chandler Smith for the race lead. He was gaining 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second. And then eventually, on lap 35, he got the Chandler Smith's back bumper, got a fantastic run, and was able to clear for the race lead on lap number 37. Coming to the white flag is stage number 1. Taylor Gray, unfortunately, who lost a cylinder, would sadly end up blowing an engine, and his day would come to an end, and that would bring out the first caution, ending stage number 1 with second caution, with Aric Almirola coming off the final corner to win stage number 1. Then during the caution, all leaders would then come down pit road, and Aric Almirola and Chandler Smith both had terrible pit stops, and they lost a ton of ground on pit road. This would mean that Cole Custer will go on to win the race off pit road. AJ Allmendinger had an uncontrolled tire penalty, and JJ Yeley had a safety violation penalty. Meanwhile, Brandon Jones, he came back down pit road to fix some loose lug nuts on the cart, and he would drop to the rear on the restart. So then the next restart, you have Cole Custer lead the field from the outside with Austin Hill on the inside, and Cole Custer got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Meanwhile, on the same restart, there was some contact between Anthony Alfredo and Daniel Dye going down the front straightaway. I don't know what Daniel Dye was doing there. He just came down the racetrack and nearly took himself out. Luckily, he was able to continue going. Meanwhile, Aric Almirola, who actually had a bad restart as well, and he started losing a ton of ground. But then a few laps later, the next caution race come out for Brad Perez, who was slow in turn number 3 and had suddenly brake on the car, stopped on the racetrack, brought out the caution. Tough break for Brad, who had qualified decent today. His chance to win or contend was over. So during this caution, we saw a little bit of strategy. Jesse Love, Jeb Burton, Shane Van Gisbergen, Jeremy Clements, Riley Herbst, JJ Yeley all came down pit road while the rest leaders stayed out, and SVG also got a penalty for too many men over the wall. So then on the restart, you have Cole Custer lead the field from the outside with Sam Mayer on the inside, and Cole Custer got a great restart and was able to clear for the lead. And then one of the biggest incidents would take place on lap 70 on the same restart when Justin Allgaier made some contact with Sheldon Creed going down the back straightaway. Justin Allgaier got loose and spun out into the inside wall very hard, taking him out of contention and ending his day. He would try to get the car repaired to get back on the track, but unfortunately, he would end up going to the garage, and his day would be over. A big mistake for Justin Allgaier, just got loose coming up the track a little bit, just one of those chain reaction situations, and everyone is racing really hard. This would unfortunately end his day. So then on the next restart, you have Cole Custer lead the field from the outside with Sam Mayer on the inside, and Sam Mayer got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. He started pulling away from Cole Custer, got out to about a 1 or 2 second lead, and nobody really had anything for him. And coming off the final corner, Aric Almirola was really running him down at the end, but Aric couldn't get him at the end of the last few laps, and Sam Mayer would come off the final corner and win stage number 2. Meanwhile, Austin Hill got into Riley Herbst coming down the front straightaway. Basically, they were battling really hard for the 6th position coming to the checker flag at stage number 2. Austin Hill would get up the track, go way up the racetrack as Riley was getting a little sideways and ended up getting into Riley Herbst. Austin took responsibility for the incident after it had happened, but just a major mistake once again for Austin Hill. This is not the first time Austin Hill's caused an incident. I know this was not intentional from him, but Riley Herbst had every right to be frustrated about the incident. I get Austin Hill didn't do it intentionally, but that was just a big mistake there from Austin Hill. This would hurt Riley Herbst's chances throughout the race. So then, all lead lap cars would come down pit road with Chandler Smith winning the race off of pit road, and Sam Mayer also had a bad pit stop along with Aric Almirola. Speaking of Aric Almirola, he had to actually come back down pit road because they didn't have to tighten some lug nuts after the gun broke on pit road and would go to the rear on the restart. So then on the next restart, you had Chandler Smith lead the field from the outside with Cole Custer on the inside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. Meanwhile, Aric Almirola was starting to charge his way up to the front and was making his way up to the front from 26th up to 14th within the next few laps. But then we almost had a caution about 20 laps later as well when Corey Heim got really sideways around the 12th to 15th position, really battling hard up there. Unfortunately, got on the outside wall, lost a lot of his momentum, and basically had a flat tire and would then have to come down pit road. And then, a few laps later, Aric Almirola, who had the fastest car on the racetrack at the time, he would get in the outside wall, and eventually, a few laps later, he would have to come down pit road because he had a flat right rear tire. But then we had a really good race up front for the lead between Cole Custer and Chandler Smith, with eventually a few laps later, after a great battle, Cole Custer was able to pass Chandler Smith for the race lead. And then the green flag pit stop started happening. Ryan Sieg, Jen Byrne came down pit road first. Then the next lap, Austin Hill came down pit road. Then the next lap, AJ Allmendinger, Sam Mayer, Riley Herbst came down pit road. The next lap, Connor Zilisch, Parker Kligerman, Parker Retzlaff came in. And then Chandler Smith and Sheldon Creed came in. And then the next lap, Cole Custer came down pit road. But then everything would change. A loose tire came off the pit road from Parker Retzlaff's car. Basically, just tire got away from the pit road and would go all the way across the racetrack, bringing out the caution, trapping a lot of drivers that were serious contenders, basically a lap down, unfortunately, in this race. This would change everything because some guys would get back on the lead lap, while other drivers would unfortunately end up being a lap down in this race. So a lot of guys came down pit road. Matt DiBenedetto, Anthony Alfredo, Jesse Love, Shane Van Gisbergen, J.G. Gilly, Aric Almirola, Brandon Jones, all those guys came down pit road, while the rest leaders stayed out to take the wave round, including Corey Heim, Sam Mayer, Brendan Poole, A.J. Allmendinger, Riley Herbst, Parker Kligerman. They would all go ahead and take the wave around. Then on the final restart, you have Cole Custer lead the field from the outside with Austin Hill on the inside, and Cole Custer got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the race lead. And the final 45 to 48 laps was just absolutely incredible. Chandler Smith got a great run from Cole Custer and was able to pass him for the race lead. And he also had the hard-charging Aric Almirola, who was making his way up to the front and was starting to pass a ton of cars and got up inside the top 3. And then the final 20 laps from this point was a compelling battle between Cole Custer and Chandler Smith. You had Chandler Smith trying to defend while Cole Custer was using the outside lane to get a really strong and fantastic run on those guys. While he also had a hard-charging Aric Almirola, who was closing in really quickly for the race lead. Eventually, with about 10 to 15 to go, they continued battling very, very hard, and eventually Cole Custer got a great run after battling up on that outside. He got a fantastic run, and Cole Custer was able to pass for the race lead. Meanwhile, Corey Heim, who was slowing down on the backstretch, and we thought he was not going to get to pit road, but luckily got to pit road, and the race continued on. And then the final 5 to 10 laps of this race was just phenomenal and incredible. Aric Almirola got a great run on Cole Custer with 5 laps to go, got to the back bumper, tried to pass him for the lead, but waited a few laps because of lap traffic in front of him. And then with 3 laps to go, Aric Almirola got a fantastic run on Cole Custer, coming to 3 to go, got the run down the front straightaway, and was able to pass Cole Custer for the race lead. Cole tried everything to get there at the end of the race, but he didn't have anything for him with 2 laps to go. And coming to the white flag, Aric Almirola had about a second lead over Cole Custer. Cole Custer tried everything to get there, but it would not be enough. And coming off the final corner, Aric Almirola comes back from a tire issue and picks up his second win of 2024. I believe his 4th or 5th career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory as well. After the race, there were some words exchanged between Riley Herbst and Austin Hill, same as Sammy Smith and AJ Allmendinger, and Cole Custer. Riley Herbst also had words exchanged after the race, so a lot of tempers flaring at the end of this event. Talk about an absolute closeout finish to this race. What a great finish here at Kansas Speedway. Kansas always puts on a great show. Let's talk about the winner of the race, Aric Almirola. I think Aric Almirola did have the fastest car in the race. The laps he led will not show how good his car was today, but he had absolutely the fastest car in this race. He was the best car in the long run. He had a really strong car throughout the day. I thought he was going to have a chance and opportunity to win. He's going to be in his car the last 6 weeks, and I can see him winning the next few weeks. A very strong run. Congratulations to Aric Almirola on his second win of the season. It's unknown if he's going to be back with his team or not for 2025. So a really fantastic day for Aric Almirola. Gets a second win of the year. Great job for the 20 team. The 20, of course, won last time we were here. Good run for him. Congratulations to him on picking up the win in victory. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the race results. I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. So Aric Almirola picks up the win. Cole Custer finished second. A fantastic run for Cole Custer today, all things considered. He was not happy with Chandler Smith after the race for whatever reason. He still had a really good run nonetheless today, had one of the strongest cars in the field. He was almost better Almirola at times, led a ton of laps. Good day for him. He finished second. Chandler Smith finished third, one of his best runs of the year so far. Ran up front a lot of the day, led a ton of laps as well. This 81 team's been getting stronger as the year has progressed and gone on. I think a win is coming soon for this 81 team. Again, a really good day for Chandler. He finishes third. Connor Zilisch finishes fourth. Ran top 5 most of the day, fell outside the top 10 at points, but Connor with just another fantastic run. Had 2 incredible saves throughout the race on lap 1 and also on lap 10, and just battled his way up to the front and gets a respectful top 5 finish. Fantastic day for Connor Zilisch in fourth. A great run for the 88 team. Thought he would run well. He did a great job today. Sheldon Creed finished fifth. He was my pick coming this week, and I really thought he was due for a win. Another great run for Sheldon. He's had, I think, like 7 or 8 consecutive top 5s recently. He's been super impressive the last couple weeks. That win is coming soon. Justin had the pace and speed to contend today, but still a really great run for Sheldon. He finishes 5th. Brandon Jones finished 6th. Solid run for him. Thought he would be a contender to win. Had a pretty good run overall for him, all things considered. He finished 6th. Austin Hill finished 7th. Like I said, he got into Riley Herbst, but overall today was a pretty good run. Legit had a top 5 car a lot of the day. Comes on a very solid top 10. Good run for Austin Hill. Shane Van Gisbergen finishes 8th. He was outside the top 30 early in this race. They worked on that car. The car was horrendous in the beginning of the race, but they made that car a lot better and was in fact at the end of this race the fastest car on the racetrack. Super impressive the speed he showed. Great run for Shane. He finishes 8th and is above the cutoff line as well with a good run today. Jesse Love finished 9th. They didn't have the car to contend, but they got a really good finish today. A solid run for him in 9th. Good day for Jesse. He finishes 9th. And Riley Herbst finishes 10th. A good comeback after the spin. He legit had a top 5 car early, but after the spin never really had the speed, but gets a real solid top 10 finish. Good day for Riley Herbst. Josh Williams was 11th place finish. Solid day for him. He ran top 20 all day long. Was in the top 10 a lot at the end of the race. Just faded at the end. But so a really solid day for Josh Williams. He finished 11th. Parker Kligerman finished 12th. Decent day for him. Not a great day, but a decent day for Kligerman. Sam Mayer finished 13th. A quiet day for him. Yes, he did get the stage win, but they never recovered after some of the issues they had. Unfortunately, they got trapped a lap down when they took the wave around. They never really recovered up there. He finished 13th. Matty D finished 14th. Want to give him a shout out. He legit had a top 10 car a lot of this race. I think he also got trapped a lap down, unfortunately, with the wave around stuff. Still a really solid day nonetheless for the 38 team. One of the best runs they've had legit from start to finish. A good day for him. He finished 14th. Anthony Alfredo finishes 15th. Ryan Sieg finished 16th. AJ Allmendinger finished 17th. Today was not a good day for Allmendinger. That car was horrendous all day long. I think they were having some major trouble at the end. They actually ended up finishing a lap down in this race. Just a bad day overall for AJ. Needed to run a lot better today. He was probably one of the worst performing cars overall. He finishes 17th. Brendan Poole finishes 18th. Ryan Ellis finished 19th. JJ Yeley finished 20th. Parker Reslap finished 21st. Sammy Smith finished 22nd. Just a bad day for him overall. Jen Byrne finished 23rd. Kyle Sieg finished 24th. Lee Honeyman finished 25th. Kyle Weatherman finished 26th. Jeremy Clements finished 27th. Blaine Perkins finished 28th. Ryan Vargas finished 29th. Patrick Emerly finishes 30th. Corey Heim, after his issues, finished 31st. Joey Gase finished 32nd. Logan Bearden finished 33rd. Daniel Dye, after his issues, finished 34th. Dawson Cramp finished 35th. Justin Auger, after crashing out, finished 36th. Brad Perez finished 37th. And finishing last in 38th place is Taylor Gray. So now let's talk about the overall race as a whole. I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. I thought today's Xfinity Series race was really, really good. Sure, there were moments where the race was dry, especially in the middle portion, but those last 45 laps were absolutely phenomenal and incredible. A compelling battle at the end between three drivers who really didn't know who was going to win the race. They had Eric Almirola, who was running down and catching up to them. I thought the racing today was great. Xfinity Series always puts on great shows at a mile and a half, and Kansas Speedway, I'm going to say it right now, is the best track in NASCAR. Doesn't matter the type of series. It was a great race today. Had a compelling finish overall. It was a really solid race. I'm giving today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Kansas Speedway overall a 9 out of 10. It was a really good race today. Fantastic racing throughout the field. I thought it was a super fun and fantastic race and a great finish overall, all things considered. So, that is good for today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Kansas Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below on today's race. Your thoughts on today's race, let me know below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And congratulate Eric Almirola on picking up the win. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later tonight, you're going to see a Shane Van Gisbergen video talking about his performance from Kansas Speedway. Then tomorrow on the channel, you're going to see the NASCAR starting lineup for the Hollywood Casino 400. You also see the NASCAR Cup review from Kansas. We'll talk about drivers like Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Hailie Deegan, all those drivers as well, and probably Carl Edwards later this week, considering he's driving a pace car. Same with Kyle Busch as well. Got a lot of great content dropping this week that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, and we'll also have a Chase Elliott as well, by the way, for more great content coming out. Take care, everybody.